Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Bolton from the Hormone Mentor. Today I want to talk to you about improving your concentration and focus. Now I know that as we are going through the menopause as women, we struggle a lot with being able to concentrate, to think straight, and with something called brain fog, which basically means that you are unable to think clearly. And we think that that probably is something that comes as we get older, but actually it can be a sign that your hormones are imbalanced, and there are things that you can do to help improve your memory, your concentration, your focus, and that's what I'm going to talk about in today's video. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is blood sugar balance. Now, this is something that's really important for overall health, for weight loss, for energy levels, for your mood. It's also really important for focus. So if your blood sugar levels are not balanced, then you often find that there are periods throughout your day where you're unable to concentrate and focus well. And that is caused basically by the fact that your body has run out of fuel. So when you get up in the morning, if you have your breakfast, that will send your blood sugar levels straight up. But then, depending on what you have, if you don't have a good balance of protein, fat, carbs in your breakfast, then it can send them after an hour or two crashing back down again. And that can go on throughout the day as you feed that with caffeine and sugar and other unhealthy foods. And what you need to do is basically get your blood sugar levels so that they are pretty stable throughout the day. And that is all about the types of foods that you're eating. Now, what happens when your blood sugar levels dip is that you get quite grumpy, so otherwise known as hangry. It can mean that your energy levels become really low and you get sugar cravings, but it also can mean that you're unable to concentrate. So by balancing out those blood sugar levels, keeping your energy levels, your mood, your focus on an even keel throughout the day, that can really help with your ability to focus and concentrate at work, and your memory as well. So what can you do to help balance your blood sugars? Well, it's really pretty straightforward. Making sure that you're eating plenty of protein in the form of things like eggs and meat and fish are a good way to keep your blood sugar levels balanced. If you're thinking about breakfast, then you might want to be thinking more about the eggs. Maybe some plant-based things like nuts and seeds are a really good place to start. And having that as a balance with some complex carbohydrates and some healthy fats. Now, the complex carbohydrates come from things like oats, which are a really great way to start the day. If you're going to go for a bread option, then make sure that it's whole grain, because that is going to keep your blood sugar levels more stable. And other options are things like rice and whole grain pasta and things like that throughout the day. So do think a little bit about the types of foods that you're having and what you're balancing it out with. And also think about how often you're eating, because that really makes a difference as well. If you don't put enough fuel into your body, then it's not going to run as well. You're not going to be able to keep your brain focused and be able to think clearly if you are feeling hungry and like you haven't given it enough food to get through the day. So making sure that you are going to eat every 4 to 5 hours, I would recommend, if you think your blood sugar levels are imbalanced. Starting off with, say, a breakfast about 8 a.m, eating between 12 and 1 for your lunch, and then most people will need a snack mid-afternoon. And often we find that 4 p.m. crash is really, really common, because we generally tend to eat our dinner a lot later nowadays. I personally don't generally eat mine till 8 p.m. when my partner gets home. So I'll have a snack between 4 and 5, depending on what I've had for lunch and what time I've had lunch. To give myself a bit of a boost and keep me going until then, because otherwise what I tend to find is that I get that feeling where I just really need to eat something, and I go and choose something, but it isn't necessarily the best choice. So it's something that I wouldn't necessarily always recommend having, just something to give me a quick fix to keep me going, to get those energy levels up, to stop me being grumpy and unfocused. So do think about, how you are planning your meals out throughout the day. As women, I know that we're really busy, and it isn't always a priority, and we often tend to find that we either skip breakfast or we skip lunch, and then we make bad choices later on in the day because of that. Think about how, planning out your meals. What are you going to be eating throughout the day? When are you going to be eating them? and know the environment that you're going to be eating them in as well. Make sure that you are eating away from your desk and concentrating on what you're eating, because you chew better, you digest better, so therefore you are releasing more of the nutrients. So another thing that to think about is making sure that you're getting healthy fats, because fats actually make up 60% of your brain cells. So do think a lot about how much fat you're getting in your diet and making sure that you're getting those healthy fats. Omega-3 in particular is really important to help build those brain cells. So making sure that you're getting plenty of that's important. Now, oily fish is a really great source. So things like salmon, fresh tuna, sardines, mackerel are all good choices. But also things like flaxseed, chia seeds have good sources of omega-3 in as well. Now, other things to think about the nutrients that you're getting. There's lots of brain boosting nutrients, and ones that I would recommend that you try to get more of in your diet. Things like magnesium, which is essential for memory, that you get from things like beans and pulses, nuts and seeds, green leafy vegetables. If you think you're iron deficient, that can also cause brain fog, so making sure that you're getting plenty of iron. Again, beans and pulses are good sources, but also red meats are good for getting plenty of iron, and spinach and green vegetables. Vitamin K, again, another vote for the green veg. That's linked to improved memory, so things like broccoli, cruciferous vegetables are good for improving that. And then also thinking about getting plenty of antioxidants from different coloured vegetables. Now, berries are also a really good source of antioxidants, and ones that I recommend that you would try to get as every day, really, if you can, in your diet. And blueberries in particular have been linked to improving your brain cell communication. So again, when you're thinking about how your brain's actually communicating with you and keeping that focus and concentration, getting those kind of natural foods in your diet are really important. Now, my last point, because I'm dragging out a little bit on this one, I try to keep them for 5 minutes, this one's getting on a little bit longer, is dehydration. If you are dehydrated, you can't think clearly, so make sure that you are having water regularly. Coffee and tea, while it is a really nice drink, can actually dehydrate you rather than rehydrate you, so try and alternate those drinks. Get more herbal teas and plenty of water in your day to make sure that you are able to think clearly. So if you have any questions about what I've been talking about today, or comments, then make sure that you let me know in the comments below this video. I also want to signpost you to a really great 28-day online course that I have available on my website called the Revitalise You program, and that is all about helping to balance out your blood sugars and get more good hormone balancing nutrients into your diet. It's looking at making sure that you are balancing out the foods that you have throughout the day, and it's all done for you. It gives you meal plans, it gives you recipes, it gives you shopping lists, and there's ebooks in there on a weekly basis as well, talking to you about different aspects of nutrition and lifestyle to make you and help you be the healthiest person that you can be. So do make sure that you check out the link to that, which I've added into the description of this video, and I'd love it if you would sign up and join me on that. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe by clicking the button, and I'll be back next week with another video. Enjoy your week.